industries such as water parks, restaurants, cinemas, government offices to join this initiative, making the Bahamas a more sunflower-friendly country.
Please feel free to reach out to the REACH office at 328-4123, or you can reach out to the National Commissions for Persons with Disabilities at 396-8700.
At Government House, I'm Regis Cartwright. This is ZNS.
Resort. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, has a look at stories making news tonight. Officials announcing expansion plans at Exquisite Yacht. And police investigate a sexual assault allegation involving a minor on Abaco.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news, the government of the Bahamas will sign a pivotal heads of agreement for the redevelopment of the Grand Lucayan Resort on Thursday, May 15th, 2025 at 2 p.m. The ceremony will be held at the Lighthouse Convention Center at the Grand Lucayan in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and will be led by Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis, KC. The Grand Lucayan once was the largest resort in the Bahamas, has remained largely dormant since suffering major damage from Hurricanes Matthew in 2016 and Dorian in 2019. The Menace administration acquired the property in 2018, but redevelopment efforts faced delays and canceled deals. This new agreement signals renewed confidence and commitment to Grand Bahama's future. The redevelopment is expected to generate significant employment, attract new tourism investment, and serve as a catalyst for wider economic recovery on the island. Full details on the investment, partners, project scope, and timeline are expected to be announced during the signing. While more announcements of major projects are also set to aid in the island's turnaround, it started as a $5 million venture, but just over 2 years later, Exquisite Yacht's investment in the former Running Mon Marina is nearly doubling. The transformation includes a newly opened restaurant and bar, and now with the major renovations underway, company and GBPA officials say the resort is just months from opening. The success so far, fueled by strong community support, is also paving the way for even bigger expansion plans. More details in this report.
We're about the next few months opening finally the hotel part of this resort.
Over 2 years ago, Exquisite Yachts made a bold move by acquiring the historic Running Mon Marina. And since then, millions have been invested to turn the site into a luxury marine destination, now known as the Exquisite Resort and Catamaran Center. CEO Thomas Hammer says the venture has been so successful, the company is now relocating its corporate headquarters from Dubai to Grand Bahama.
All our boat owners, all our own technicians that are based here, everybody found their kind of home here. So we got a lot of boat owners that now they keep their boats here all year long, not just come here for servicing their boats. Some of them already are in the process of purchasing properties on the island.
As part of the transformation, Exquisite introduced the Galley, a restaurant and bar that quickly became a favorite among locals. Hammer credits the community's overwhelming support for its rapid success.
And all the projections we had when we came here, we overcome all of that. We surpassed all of that. And I can proudly say now that our projections were below what we have now already. Over 33 full-time local employees that we have in this resort already working, plus dozens of contractors, local companies that helped us with helping us with the renovations project that's going on.
Officials from the Grand Bahama Port Authority are also hailing the investment. Chief Investment Officer Derek Newbold, along with GBPA Co-Chairman Rupert Hayward, commending Exquisite Yachts for its confidence in the island and commitment to its economic future.
We also learned recently that they're in the process of acquiring the dilapidated Tyne Bay property. just across the canal from the X Center. And when that project is completed, or that transaction is completed, and they plan their refurbishment and redevelopment, that will actually run into somewhere in the region of a $30 million investment.
Thank you on behalf of the 30, 40 Bahamians now who have long-term stable employment in diverse opportunities such as technical, administration, hospitality, and I know there's much more to come. So we're seeing the real benefits of your investment.
While there's good news for these hotels, it comes at the right time, as for the first quarter of this year, tourism numbers are up when compared to the same period last year. But stopover arrivals have taken a hit, down 4%. Despite the general rise in visitor traffic, the decline in stopovers is beginning to put pressure on local vendors in Grand Bahama. More details in this report.
While cruise arrivals are boosting total visitor numbers, the decline in stopovers is being felt by vendors who rely on longer stay tourists. Local artisan Aurelia Bow has stayed afloat by shifting her focus to personalized, handcrafted products that appeal to niche buyers.
I cater to all markets, not only the tourist market. I cater to the local market as well as other islands, Canadian and the European markets. So pretty much there is a slight decrease in terms of the arrivals, but for my business, everything is okay.
But not everyone is faring as well, as some around her are struggling with reduced foot traffic. One such person is veteran woodcarver Gordon Higgs, who says stopover visitors are key to his business.
Well, this year, from January, start off very good. February, March, and April, downhill. But I would say, if we ever do get the hotels up and running, be more sustainable tourists. Because with the hotels, they come with their money. They come to shop and party and everything else they got.
And while some vendors are finding it challenging and believe several external factors are at play, Bo believes there's a way forward if more vendors shift their focus to creating authentic, unique Bahamian products.
Most of the products that are sold are made in China or elsewhere. And I think if we look at the now market, which is a pivotal time in light of Carnival and bigger companies coming on stream, I think it will make such a big difference.
Meantime, with over $2 billion in tourism investments in the pipeline, the Grand Bahama Port Authority has been urging locals to get ready. Get Wet Water Sports Manager Kyle Charlton says the opportunity is there, but more businesses need to step up.
We do a study where one stayover passenger equivalent to 51 cruise ship passengers on a day pass. So we need more tourists. We need more things for the tourists to do. And I'm here, I try in, but everybody else could pitch in.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Thanks, Raven. Well, at this year's Grand Bahama Business Expo, the Inter-American Development Bank's Laboratory branch delivered their presentation to attending local small, medium, and large business proprietors, highlighting collaboration amongst one another. Our Matthew Martinborough shares more in this report.
The Inter-American Development Bank, commonly known as IDB, has been an economic mainstay for decades, providing financial and technical support for national governments and development organizations within the Latin America and Caribbean regions since 1959. However, its laboratory division is the branch which has produced the most impact felt throughout the northern Bahamas in recent memory, with its collaborative efforts such as the Marine Life Farm, Coral Vita, and the University of the Bahamas' entrepreneurial Ignite program. Speaking with IDB Labs consultant and representative for the Bahamas, Walandra Francis Roll, she notes strides have been made with local enterprises. However, more collaborative efforts can assist in the elevation of the economic landscape.
When you talk about the Bahamas, we're doing a great job, but we have key partners that in other countries that we have collaborations with that can help to bring a level of awareness to some of the work that we can do here locally. And so a partner like IDB Lab helps to bring not only funding, but also knowledge and also bring connection, which is really key for any business that's going to be sustainable.
In January of 2025, IDB Lab introduced an ecosystem building accelerator, an initiative she says Partners encourages key businesses such as academic institutions and foundations that have the capacity to support smaller enterprises under their own umbrella.
So that creates a deeper level of impact. So when you go from startup to startup, there's a level of impact in that as well, but there's a greater impact if you can work with an entity. If we can collaborate with an entity that already has collaborations with like 200 startups, for instance, it allows us to create more of an impact, and that's the mission. That's what we're about.
The national consultant advises and encourages hesitant small business proprietors to collaborate or embrace other competing establishments, as it will lead to a stable economic foundation for the foreseeable future.
It's just like technology, right? A lot of people are afraid of technology. A lot of people are afraid of AI. But this is the era in which we're operating in. And like I said in my presentation, we have to get out of the place where we're moving out of working in silos and collaborating more with other key players, because it's about networking. It's about bridging the gap.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
In news from the crime beat in Abaco, a 14-year-old female reported to her mother that a 34-year-old male known to the family has engaged in sexual intercourse with her on numerous occasions. This incident occurring in the government-issued RVs for government employees in Hurricane Dorian. The mother of the female then reported the incident to police, prompting officials to launch an investigation.
Launch an investigation, and the adult male was taken into custody. He was interviewed, and the file was forwarded to the DDP for perusal and for a directive.
The 34-year-old male has since been sentenced and sent to the Bahamas Department of Corrections.
Since that time, this male was arraigned before the courts in Marsh Harbor, where he pleaded guilty to the offense, and he was sentenced to 3 years at the Bahamas Department of Corrections.
And still to come.
The Minister for Grand Bahama celebrates mothers with a sip and paint luncheon. That story, sports, and more when we return.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Grand Lacayan invites everyone to the biggest and most elaborate Mother's Day Sunday brunch happening May 11th in the Grand Ballroom. Enjoy live music, food stations, giveaways, and special performances. Tickets are on sale now at the lobby. Call 373-1383 for more information. Don't miss the 25% Mother's Day sale at Park & Shop this May 8th, 9th, and 10th, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, including underwear. Signature Furniture's Mother's Day sale is on. Get 20% off selected items May 8th through the 10th. Visit them on West Atlantic Drive in the Emerald Building. Browse, select, and collect. Call 688-4000.
We are your one-stop gift shop downtown in the Culmerville Plaza. Handbags, accessories, and fragrances for men, women, and kids. Open Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Special orders and layaway available. Call 352-9554 for more info. They got everything you need and more.
Celebrate the incredible women in your life this Mother's Day. And don't forget the special offer from Cornet Bahamas. From April 16th to May 16th, enjoy a fantastic 35% off store-wide. That's right, everything you need to show your love and appreciation is on sale. Whether it's a heartfelt gift for mom, a treat for yourself, or something special for that amazing woman in your life, we've got you covered. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Visit any one of our stores today. Make this Mother's Day unforgettable with Cornet Bahamas.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. After competing with 13 other junior directors of tourism throughout the archipelago at the National Speech Competition on May 8th, the Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Academy's 11th grader Zaria Ingram came away with the title of National Junior Minister of Tourism.
That was a lot of pressure. I definitely was carrying the weight of Grand Bahama on my shoulders, but the pressure almost cracked me, almost. But in the end, I think I was able to pull through. But definitely was some good competition. I'm very proud of all of the other junior directors. They did very well.
Previously exhibiting the title of Junior Minister, Ingram shares the enthusiasm she feels now being bestowed the title of Junior Minister.
It feels great. I've been working hard for it. We're working long with my coach, with my school, with my parents. I just want to say thank you to everyone who played a role in me getting this award. And I want to say that I am so excited to represent Grand Bahama and the Bahamas in the Caribbean tourism competition.
Well, it's all smiles at the Belinda M. Wilson Convention Center as the Minister for Grand Bahama and Member of Parliament for Pine Ridge, Ginger Moxie, hosts a special Mother's Day Sip and Paint luncheon in honor of the mothers in her constituency. Moxie says this is one of her favorite luncheons of the year as it gives her the opportunity to celebrate the precious pearls of the community.
We wanted to just have all of the mothers of Pine Ridge in the community where we give thanks and celebrate their work, you know. They go above and beyond the call we go above and beyond the call of duty. And so we wanted to recognize the mothers of Pine Ridge and treat them to a fun-filled day of laughter, food, sipping and painting and all that.
ZNS News also speaking with two of Pine Ridge's event coordinators who expressed how pleased they were with the turnout and overall success of the event. Many attendees say they look forward to the celebration each year, calling it a highlight of their Mother's Day season.
We have a wonderful minister, Moxie, who loves people, and she's surrounded by good people who love people. So pulling off these events is something that it's a love.
Yeah, you know, every year she does something for Mother's Day, so this is a great initiative.
This afternoon's event is going to be grand. It's the second time it was held here, and all the mothers are excited.
Everything that she puts together, it turns out great because you know why? God is head of it. And I know we're going to have fun today because I didn't leave work to come here for nothing.
Well, Mother's Day is just around the corner, and one local artisan is weaving more than just straw. She's stitching together legacy, love, and a lasting tribute to her late mother. Raven Davis has that report.
After more than 3 decades in the corporate world, Aurelia Bowe decided it was time to turn her passion into purpose and honor her late mother while doing it.
I've been in corporate Bahamas 32 years in banking, and I wanted something to do. And at that time, I wanted to travel as well as wanted to do something, you know, for myself. So it was birthed, and the business was named after my mother, Magnola. She was a crafter as well. She did excellent bag.
What started with simple straw handbags has grown into a colorful collection. Resin accents, seashells, hand-painted touches, each piece telling a story. And with Mother's Day just days away, Bowe is pouring everything into her work.
You spend a lot of hours, all hours of the night, sometimes sometimes until 12 o'clock just to make sure that that product gets completed. Most of the mothers would say, wow, this is really nice and this is really unique. You know, I had a repeat customer earlier this morning and I thought about her last week and I thought about her this week. And normally during Mother's Day, my existing customer base, I would either give out either from 3 to 5 bags free of charge, just to, you know, promote the business as well as to make that person feel extra special. And she came and she loved one of our triangle bags, you know. So she was really pleased and she said, I'm going to wear this on Sunday.
Among her many designs, one stands out this season, the clutch.
We do sell bags, but of course everybody wants a clutch, you know, to match their dresses because they can always put a clutch down and pick it up, and whereas a bag is more difficult, you know. So we have the triangle bag, the square bags, the square purses, if you want sand or whatever on it, or palm tree, and, you know, incorporating my painting as well. We can do paintings on your bags as well.
And there's why she believes these handmade bags should be at the top of everyone's list this Mother's Day.
It's lasting, it's colorful, it's our culture.
Now, with 7 years already behind her, Bo is showing no signs of slowing down, continuing to carry her mother's legacy forward, one handmade bag at a time. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
And that's a look at stories making news. Jay, what do you have in sports?
Well, you know, Buddy Hill, they lost the game last night, hoping they can win tomorrow night. But also archery, we call it bow and arrow. It's a growing sport here in Grand Bahama. We'll have some highlights with archery next.
All right, that's coming your way next. But first, a check on the local weather forecast.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
For one day only at Dolly Madison on May 10th, get 30% off all Mother's Day items. That's aisles 7, 8, and 9 from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Get your 30% off voucher. You have until 3 p.m. only to use that 30% off voucher. But from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., get 25% off the same aisle. From houseware to bathroom to bedroom, even lawn and garden to fishing to automotive. Happy Mother's Day. But starting now, spend $100 or more and fill out your ticket for a chance to win a Mother's Day basket. Mother's Day fever is taking over at Dolly Madison.
You guys, Mommy has to get a few spins in, okay?
But Mommy, I'm hungry.
Just 5 spins, you guys. Just 5 spins, okay, guys? Just need 5 spins.
We better do our homework. It's gonna be a while.
Problem gaming affects more than just the gamer. This message has been brought to you by the Gaming Board for the Bahamas, which encourages you to game responsibly.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
I've been
travel agency.
Hello, sir. A round trip ticket for you?
No, this time I'm on a one-way.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. First in sports, as the track and field season continues, Invictus Club now has their sights focused on the upcoming Spring Fling meet set for next weekend. Coach Cordell McNabb says his club and athletes so far has been showing some progress as they prepare.
Right now, we have scheduled to come South Alabama University, UMBC University, and University of California, Bakersfield. Those are 3 Division I coaches. We have Gordon State Junior College, that's scheduled to come, 3 Rivers Junior College in Missouri, St. Petersburg from Florida. We have a Division II coming in from New Mexico. That'll be coming in, the schedule coming in, and we got about 5 different high schools that'll be coming in, Victory Rock Prep, Miami House Prep out of Miami. You have also Veratus, which is way from California. That they're coming in. They have a few behemoths on that team, which is an elite program.
Next in sports, the Grand Bahama Darts League is now preparing for the playoffs in the next few weeks.
Each teams, we play just like any other team sport where we have home and away games and we have home venues. So it's been going pretty good.
And finally in sports, the Shockwave Elite Flag Football League is heading into Week 5 this weekend. The Thunder is one of those teams looking also to make a strong playoff push as they near the mid-season.
So far, we've been exceeding expectations, I would say, for our season. We have a lot of the younger kids on our team, and I do feel as if we are making some great strides and progress. And at the end of the day, that is the whole purpose of the Shockwave Elite 5-on-5. We're not just developing young football players, but we're also developing young men for the foreseeable future.
Ladies and gents, that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
And I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
Have you ever dreamed of gifting a loved one their own piece of paradise? Now, with DEVCO's groundbreaking gift initiative, you can turn that very dream into reality. GIFT, which stands for Generational Investment, Friends and Family Trust, is a simple yet powerful way to make property ownership more accessible. Contribute to the 10% down payment in person or team up with friends and family to make it even easier. You can even pay online via direct bank transfer, then submit the required form with just a few taps. The person you gift then enters a manageable 7-year payment plan, or they can pay in full anytime. Imagine the joy of giving the gift of ownership, a piece of the Bahamas, a piece of paradise, right at your fingertips. Now, you can gift for a birthday, a wedding, graduation, Christmas, or simply just because. With DEVCO's gift initiative, you're not just giving a gift, you're gifting a bright future. Devco, where opportunities embrace and gift ownership. Visit gbdevco.com to learn more.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles.
And I'm Jay Philippe.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoy your weekend. There's a live look at the Bahamas Tonight coming your way next.
Residents of Acklands, Crooked Island, and Long Key say they want a hand up, not a handout. The Minister of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting, the Honorable Miles Arota, listens and responds. Join Debbie Bartlett on the program Taking Social Services to the People, Episode 1, on Monday at 9 p.m. on ZNS Television. Social Services, Information and Broadcasting, the heartbeat of the nation.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, a snapshot of what led to 2024's strong economic growth. Statisticians break those numbers down. Also, the challenges of returning to normal following last week's mass fire on Bay. And an overnight shooting on All Saints Way, now the focus of another homicide investigation right here in the capital. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Preparations being fine-tuned, an invitation sent out for the much-anticipated redevelopment of Grand Bahamas' Grand Lucayan property, a move that's expected to pump renewed life into that island's lagging economy. Our Corval Pyfrom joins us tonight with more details of tonight's top story. Corval?
This news is late breaking, just coming into us. Good evening, Makushla. The government announcing that it will sign what it calls a pivotal heads of agreement for the redevelopment of the Grand Lucayan Resort next Thursday. That is May 15th. The ceremony is set to take place at the Lighthouse Convention Center at that resort. The Grand Lucayan was once one of the largest resorts in the country, but has remained largely dormant since suffering major damage from Hurricanes Matthew back in 2016 and, of course, Dorian some 6 years ago. The property was acquired by the previous administration in a 2018 deal that subsequently fell through. Just recently, Director of Communications in the Office of the Prime Minister, Latrey Ramming, forecasted that there would be movement regarding this resort very soon. This was Ramming just a little over a week ago.
I think we are entering in a very critical process where the government will go into its fiscal period, and a number of announcements and progress on a number of matters will certainly be a part of that deliberation. I know I will leave any further announcements on the Grand Lucayan sale to the Prime Minister.
This new agreement signals renewed confidence and commitment to Grand Bahamas' future, the government says. The redevelopment, it adds, is expected to generate significant employment, attract new tourism investment, and serve as a catalyst for wider economic recovery on that island. Some good news for Grand Bahama tonight, Makushla. We will, of course, have much more on this in our later newscast. For now, reporting live for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom. Let's go back to you.
Well, thanks, Corval. Meantime, the government of the Bahamas will sign, as you just heard, a pivotal heads of agreement for the redevelopment of the Grand Lucayan Resort. Well, key industries pushing economic growth across the country. Meantime, as Daniel Dean reports, despite some challenges, recent reports show a noted increase in economic activities, with the retail business and construction sector holding strong.
The latest numbers coming out of the Bahamas National Statistical Institute point to strong economic activity in 2024. And according to Tira Newbold, the Institute's supervisor for national accounts, behind the growth, a number of industries.
Wholesale retail trade and motor vehicles increased by $206 million. This increase is mainly connected with growth in household consumption. Construction increased by $146 million. This industry increased as capital investment within the country continued to grow, as evidenced by a rise in imports of construction material.
Meantime, information and communication increased by $97 million. Statisticians attribute that to a recorded heightened use of digital technology. Electricity and gas, water supply and sewerage increased as well by $64 million when compared to 2023.
Gross capital formation showed an increase in 2024 compared to 2023 of 21%. This was led by building and infrastructure sector with an increase of $341 million, followed by machinery and transport equipment, which grew by approximately $291 million. Exports of goods and services increased by $287 million in 2024.
These numbers coming on the heels of the central bank's latest monthly report, revealing that the domestic economy grew at a tempered pace compared to 2024. Today's statistics released just as the BNSI prepared to wrap up its household expenditure survey, aimed at tracking and better understanding the spending habits of Bahamians. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
In other news, a transformed landscape continues to surface as bulldozers remove rubble from charred properties between Elizabeth and Victoria Avenues following last week's raging fire. Our Lloyd Allen has this update.
It's been exactly 1 week since that massive fire which destroyed a number of buildings in the downtown area. We spoke again with Phil Strocking, who updated on their progress.
I feel as though we will be pushing forward for like a month to a month and a half tops.
The company representative says there are 3 trucks transporting around 5 loads of debris to the city dump daily, an effort he admits has been slow.
Our biggest challenge is, we don't have the roadblock off, so we got to work against traffic right now. That's our biggest problem right now. There's one more building that's in the front of it where the fire originally started. Once we get to remove this building, we got to leave that down so the excavator could walk on it and move the taller building down.
We also spoke with 2 of the surrounding businesses to hear how they have been impacted since the May 1st blaze. How has business been since last week?
So initially following the fire, the area would have been cordoned off. So about 2 days following the incident, we had difficulty coming to our businesses.
The night of the fire, we were all here. We were worried about the buildings and everything getting destroyed. But as you see, our building has a steel roof. So most likely that protected most of the buildings further down.
Both Baja Amazing and Huffers feel business is slowly returning.
We had a fire sale for 30% off, and we did pretty good on Saturday because the roads were closed. No one would be coming down Bay Street.
A lot of our customer base is also the workers in this area. A lot of them, they are off on another island, so that was not necessarily affected. But yeah, the tourist customer base had been affected for a while, but it is recovering now that the area is no longer cordoned off.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Now, meantime, social services stands ready to assist those displaced in many of the recent fires across the country. Minister responsible, the Honorable Miles Larota, yesterday reminded that the department provides various services to those in need of help.
Well, social services offer a suite of services, temporary shelter. We offer assistance with clothing, rental assistance, food assistance, medical assistance, and depending on the circumstances. So there's a variety of services that we offer to the public.
The Social Services Minister, though, says while help is available, no displaced resident from any of these fires has come forward seeking it.
If any of those who are affected by the recent fires, because there's been quite a few, I'd ask the public to present themselves to the Department of Social Services and request the assistance that they may require.
Well, it's pretty hard not to be terrified by dramatic images of wildfires that have since sparked national attention over the past few weeks. Tonight in this next report, our Desmond Saunders talks to a leading firefighter who provides tips and safety precautions against deadly wildfires.
A daunting task, but for over 100 firefighters, these intense raging wildfires that have erupted over the past few days have put their resources and willpower to the test.
We treat every incident, every emergency as if we are attending one of our families, okay? In that regard, our response will always be just that. Once the call is made, our officers will always put our best foot forward to ensure that preservation of life and protection of property is paramount.
These fires also pose a significant danger to residents, prompting officials to ramp up their fire prevention education campaign.
Especially around this time, this is a very dry period. Then, of course, you take into consideration global warming. The reality is anything from gasoline canisters, your butane canisters, things of that sort. Of course, anything that can actually obstruct your view or obstruct your exit and entry point, that is also very important. The accumulation of garbage, everything from your bush and all those other debris that sits around the yard, it's very important that you discard those, because those are actually fuel that can actually make a fire that much bigger.
Corporal 3148 Terrence Outen says a call for help is critical, but a proper plan is even more necessary to avoid dangers past.
Smoke actually puts you into a deeper sleep. For that reason, there is a need for you to have a battery-operated smoke detector, or if you have an integrated system, to ensure that the alert is made, the notification is made. A smoke detector can literally save your life. Moving yourself away from the fire, where the fire currently is burning, go to the furthest room away from that fire, and you want to get some towels, and or you can get some clothing, put under the door, okay? And try to get somebody's help.
It's a frightening scenario, but one that requires serious consideration. When a fire erupts, it's important to be prepared. The life you save can be your very own. Desmond Saunders of Bahamas Tonight.
Coming up, the manhunt is on for the assailant responsible for the latest homicide here in the capital. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the national report. There's more news in a moment.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Irresistible taste of a KFC big deal, some people will do anything. KFC is finger-licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continue continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
Do you ever just want more?
But wait, there's Marco's! Introducing the More Marco's Mint, packed with your favorites starting at just $6. Like our warm, golden baked cheesy bread, crispy stuffed pozole. How about a hot, fresh, medium one-topping pizza? Subs, calzones, pizza bowls, and more. Starting at just $6. Certain restrictions apply. More variety, more value, more Marco's! Order today at Marco's Pizza, Bahamas.
The news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
You're looking at a shot there of Blue Hill Road near the Town Center Mall on the left and A.F. Adderley Junior High School on the right. That's shot courtesy of our esteemed drone pilot, Neville Smith. Welcome back. The hunt is on tonight for the masked gunman who killed a 40-year-old man in front of a motor yard on All Saints Way off Golden Isles Road. Investigating officers found the victim's lifeless body riddled with gunshots.
Our investigators came on scene and they started their probing into this matter. What we have learned from our preliminary investigation is that the victim was seated in the yard of an establishment in this area. Two males, masked, on a moped, pulled up. One of those males came off the moped and opened fire on the victim, fatally wounding this male, who appears to be in his 40s. We're asking anyone with any information into this matter to please contact the police so that they can assist us in this investigation.
All service and sacrifice some 45 years after the sinking of the HMBS Flamingo. One of the surviving officers reflects on life before May 10th, 1980. Here's Lloyd Allen with the story.
This year, one survivor telling the story of many of the men that survived on board that vessel.
The one I really can remember was Tucker. Tucker he used to have a party in the boat about every night. When I say party, I mean just talking foolishness. And, you know, those guys were just full of life.
Retired Force Chief Petty Officer Gregory Curry takes a walk down memory lane to 1978, when he was first transferred from the Royal Bahamas Police Force to becoming a part of the Technical Entry Squad and assigned as an engineer on the HMBS Flamingo.
Now, we weren't really thinking about becoming a defense force officers. We just thought we were police officers. And then after a while, they explained to us that we were directly imported into the police force to eventually become the first set of seasoned Marines.
Curry explains his first introduction to the vessel was a little unusual.
The boat was in two pieces. The hull was in the water, and the rest of the boat was on the side, not being connected together as yet.
He says once the assembly was complete, there were a number of voyages made, which included visits to England.
We would find a way to go to the little city of Piccadilly. That's an area. That's like downtown Nassau. That's where all the action was.
And as for his duties,
I'm actually an electrical engineer. All right, responsible for all the generators and the engine starters and everything electrical on the craft. And I surprisingly enough, I was also responsible for the maintenance of the big 20mm on the bow of the boat. I said, what? I'm not an armory man. I could shoot a gun, yeah, but not this big giant thing. What it's all about?
In our next report, we go back to May 10th, 1980, when the first shots from the Cubans were fired, reshaping the Royal Bahamas Defense Force forever. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
The crisis in Haiti, relations with third states, and developments in hemispheric and multilateral bodies, some of the topics discussed at the 28th regular meeting of the Council for Foreign and Community Relations, or COFCOR, over in St. Kitts and Nevis. The regional meeting of foreign affairs ministers examined bilateral relations with CARICOM and Canada, Cuba, and the United States, border issues in Belize and Guatemala and Guyana and Venezuela, as well as talks with representatives from Mexico, Germany, and the Philippines. Foreign Affairs Minister, the Honorable Frederick Mitchell, highlighted at this evening's closing press conference the Prime Minister's message that the environment and climate change remains the #1 foreign policy issue because for 4 CARICOM countries, climate change is an existential threat.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Bahamas Tonight group of companies, we have been in Exoma now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is to do some work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass that along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that can take them further in life.
Calling all Alive Fiber basketball fans. Get ready to experience the NBA Finals live. You can enter an all-expense-paid trip to not 1, but 2 NBA Finals games. It's simple. Just sign up for our Alive NBA League Pass or Infinite Sports X package by May 16th. Stay connected, enjoy blazing fast internet, and score your chance to witness the NBA action up close. Don't miss out. Visit AliveFiber.com and take your shot at NBA glory. Terms and conditions apply. It's good to be alive.
How do ideas become plans? Plans become memories.
So you like my new
And dreams become your life.
This is retirement.
Do you remember when hope became a house? When that house became a home? Your ideas are everything, and we're here to help make them happen. Your idea of yes, I can happens here.
Keep the Vibe Alive Music Group presents the legends of Breaking Spray. Get ready for the biggest names in Bahamian music live on stage. KB, Funky D, Gino D, D-Ma, Sweet Emily, Simeon Alton, Veronica Bishop, and more like the Singing Bishop. Mark your calendars for Saturday, May 10th at the Farm, Marshall Road. Gates open at 6 p.m. General admission 80, VIP 120. Tickets available at Missouri, Bookie Brand at the Beauty Shop, both locations. Skyboxes and Sky Pod. Call ESC Distributor at 394-0819. Or email keepthevibealive242@gmail.com. Saturday, May 10th. Come by boat and play and experience the legends of Breaking Scrape. Brought to you by Keep the Vibe Alive Music Group, ESC Distributors, Missouri, The Plug, The Beauty Shop, Bahamas Tonight, Bookie Brand, and Caribbean Wines and Spirits.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
The news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
With progress comes challenges, and those who've been on the front line of the fight to make people more aware of lupus for the past 12 years know this all too well. In fact, President of Advocacy Group Lupus 242, Shawnee Johnson, will tell you that while there's been progress, there's still more work to be done.
part of the education is that people really don't understand the illness to a great extent, and then persons with lupus typically don't, you can't really see it, you know, when you are actually interacting with them. So it's a sensitivity thing where people need to just be a little bit more sensitive when they encounter somebody with lupus. And as far as diagnosis, typically lupus diagnosis it takes several years if you don't have a family member with the illness. And so diagnosis takes a long time, and so being a part of the education is, you know, for people to consider if they're ailing that I could possibly have lupus.
Lupus 242 is pushing for lupus medication to be added to the National Health Insurance Plan. In terms of what you can do, well, the public's invited to POP, and that's Put On Purple every Friday. And we see LaDawn over there is wearing her purple. Yes. Next week, we're going to lure in Marlena.
I have to go find something, but I will.
I've already tried to get her in.
I've never been a purple girly, but I'll do it for the cause. I have to go find it now.
Do it for the cause. What's coming up in Access Now?
Well, Makusla, you know it's Entertainment Friday, and guess what? We have Iman. He's in the house, and he's going to be releasing his new music video.
Yes, we're going to get the network premiere. Can't wait to see it. You know, he always brings everything. He's a genius when it comes to these music videos.
Oh, we can't
wait to see it.
Exactly, and that's coming up in Access Now. But for now, the National Report is back after the break.
It's a special day for Mom, and she deserves the best. Bring her into Baja and let's de-stress. We'll pamper her and make her feel safe. Get Mom a nice spa day.
Come visit us at Baja Retreat Spa. Purchase the gifts for Mom and call us today at 323-6711.
Make her feel safe. Get Mom a nice spa day.
Diet-friendly special.
What? You don't know what TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation? You mean the Ministry of Tourism? No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps in developing behemoth businesses in the tourism industry. You hear what they say, boy? Oh, yeah. Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things they do? What does do? Hey, check the website, boy.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
For nearly a century, the Bahamas Mothers Club has been a pillar of strength for communities, assisting the poor and needy, supporting working mothers. It's from this very grouping that the Mother of the Year is selected. And this year, that honor goes to Pamela Bryce, a mother for nearly 50 years. According to the club's national president, Eurydice Dean, 3 mothers vied for the title, but only one could reign supreme.
The selection process for the Mother of the Year is that we look for a person who has done community service work and who is a child of the Most High King, and someone who intend to work to make sure that the Mothers Club go to a higher level.
And Bryce, described as a people's person, met those very requirements.
When Miss Dean come to our row after they called my name, not me, Mother of the Year. And so from then, my husband haven't let me live it down. Everything is Mother of the Year. Mother of the Year.
Well, congratulations to Ms. Bryce from all of us here at the ZNS News Network. And that does it for the National Report. But stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.